The Assembly will now hear an address by His Excellency Michel Joseph Martelly, President of the Republic of Haiti. I request protocol to escort His Excellency. On behalf of the General Assembly, I have the honor to welcome to the United Nations His Excellency Michel Joseph Martelly, President of the Republic of Haiti, and invite him to address the Assembly.
Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President, I would like to express my warm congratulations to your election to preside over our August Assembly. Your experience in international issues, combined with your amazing personal qualities, have ensured the success of this session of the General Assembly. In this key year, where the United Nations is celebrating its 70th anniversary, I would like to commend the actions of Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations, and to join the unanimous compliments sent to him for the efforts he's making to combat climate change as well as for peace and sustainable development. The people and government of Haiti are particularly appreciative for his spirit of solidarity that he has always shown towards Haiti and his constant fight to strengthen democracy. Mr. President, in a world where planetary interdependence requires a global approach to solve local problems, to use the expression of the Pope Francois, the challenges facing the UN today, first and foremost, is that the UN reinvent itself and reforms itself for our common future with a vision that can revive the original flame and bring back member states together around a collective project for the future based on our fundamental values and those of rebuilding our organization. Therefore, we would like to note several recent diplomatic points of progress made, which have brought us hope for international relations. The reestablishment of diplomatic relations between the United States of America and Cuba is without a doubt a point of great progress and of historic importance. I hope that we will see more peaceful relations, therefore, in this hemisphere, and the Republic of Haiti can only be pleased with that. We pay tribute to the vision, the pragmatism, and the leadership of the heads of state of the United States and of Cuba, who have opened a new chapter in the relations between these two countries. In the same vein, we must welcome the signing of the agreement between the Islamic Republic of Iran and the Group of Six on the Iranian nuclear issue, as well as the relative calm that has followed. I would also like to commend the atmosphere of cordiality and fraternal dialogue which has presided now between the relations between the People's Republic of China and Taiwan. No one doubts that this new momentum in their relations will considerably contribute to what we have so much hoped for, solving their differences and divergences among the Southeast Asian countries. The Republic of Haiti encourages the spirit of dialogue which prevails in relations between nations in order to come to peaceful solutions to their conflicts. The Syrian crisis is a true affront to the conscience of all of humanity. Non-state entities are expanding their reach every day, not only, but specifically in Iraq and Syria, committing horrific atrocities against civilian populations and destroying cultural heritage sites. These threats are exceptionally grave and they must be addressed by the international community. We must adopt all collective measures necessary in order to guarantee international security and respect for human rights, and we must not shirk this responsibility. We must redouble our efforts in order to oppose with determination the barbarism of terrorist entities and the criminal behavior which threaten our common values. We can have no true peace or security if the international community shows weakness towards those who would attack the international public order. It goes without saying that we can only hope for an effective response to the global challenges if we reduce the North-South gap and intensify our efforts to combat poverty and undertake resolute action to face environmental crises which are affecting mostly the poorest countries. Strengthening the UN's credibility depends on its capacity to act rapidly and to intervene effectively by maintaining international peace and security, and particularly when we need to prevent crisis situations, to calm down recurrent hotbeds of tension, or to find solutions to conflicts which have been going on for too long. Mr. President, please allow me to evoke the situation of my country, the Republic of Haiti. On the 9th of August, an important phase was achieved in the consolidation of democracy. An independent electoral council chosen by civil society launched the electoral process, which, before the end of this year, should lead to the achievement of presidential, legislative, municipal, and territorial elections. 1 year ago, in his report to the Security Council on MINUSTA, the Secretary General noted that the holding of inclusive elections was, and I quote, essential for the consolidation of democracy and the rule of law and the promotion of development, a condition necessary for the improvement of the standards of living of the Haitian population and the achievement of lasting stability, end quote. I am pleased to affirm before this august assembly that the country is on the right path. The Haitian people are showing political maturity and their capacity to take their own destiny into their hands. It's important to me here to express my profound appreciation to all partners for the cooperation for Haiti and to the United Nations for the extent of the support they have provided in preparing and holding these elections. The success of the elections are an important milestone in the path of the country's stability and the political transition to take place in 2016. This will be a decisive indicator of the good performance and the success of the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti over the past 11 years. Mr. President, significant progress has been achieved in Haiti over the past 4 years. I can affirm that under my administration, democracy has been strengthened. Institutions guaranteeing the rule of law have been strengthened, and the situation concerning security has clearly improved. Human rights have been promoted and respected. Never has the number of international conventions ratified by the country on the protection of human rights, the rights of the child, women, and vulnerable persons been so high. And in parallel, extreme poverty has been reduced. Foreign direct investment has largely expanded, and after decades of stagnation, the economy has also seen growth. Concerning the Millennium Development Goals, we have seen much progress. 3 years before the deadline, Haiti achieved the target of reducing underage children under 5 years. And due to the program of universal enrollment in school, which is compulsory and free, that was established by my administration, more than 1 million children have been able to go to school. And we have also seen progress concerning potable water, a reduction in child mortality, as well as a reduction in extreme poverty, and we have been combating social exclusion in the area of public health. We have also made undeniable progress in fighting HIV/AIDS and malaria. Mr. President, the progress made in recent years have been made possible, partially, thanks to the support of the United Nations Mission for Stabilization in Haiti. These achievements represent a significant contribution to the stability of the country, without which no prospect for economic modernization or sustainable development could have been seriously pondered. MINUSTAH is currently adapting to a new context, which is different from that which was there when the country was born. The Haitian government is opting for a reconfiguration plan which takes account of the development of the situation throughout the country. And I would like to reiterate our hope to see progress made in an ordered manner. The transfer to Haitian institutions of the responsibilities for military matters, as well as police and development matters, should be carried out according to a specific timeline. This will avoid us having any kind of gap in internal security or external security of the country. Defense and security are issues of primary importance for my administration. I have worked to strengthen the national police and to develop a new defense policy with the support of the Inter-American Defense Council through the adoption of a white paper which foresees the creation of a defense force in the country. This new force will actively participate in Haiti's development. It will be dedicated to tasks concerning environmental protection, in providing relief for natural disasters, and to providing security for our borders and strengthening protection of investments. Mr. President, at a time when I am coming to the end of my mandate, I am pleased and proud to say that I have worked and will continue to work for the stability of my country by strengthening our democratic achievements and honoring the solemn commitments that I have taken before the Haitian people and to the international community. I would like to particularly note the various entities of the United Nations and express my appreciation to them for having constantly been present at our side. Haiti reaffirms its faith in the principles of the United Nations Charter and in the organization's work towards peace building and strengthening international solidarity. The eradication of extreme poverty is not beyond our reach, and it is something that affects everyone. In this regard, the Republic of Haiti fully adheres to the new Sustainable Development Goals announced in the post-2015 development agenda, and we hope to see its rapid and effective implementation with appropriate resources allocated to it. At this 70th anniversary of the United Nations, the spirit which presided at its creation is more alive than ever. Confronted with more planetary challenges than ever, including the growing threat of global warming, member states must bring to this organization the new momentum which is so needed to strengthen it as a space for collaboration. We need a new dynamic for development and peace, where each state accepts that force and rights go hand in hand, where dialogue and the peaceful settlement of differences is the cornerstone of interstate relations, and where the recognition of the dignity inherent to all members of the human family and their equal and inalienable rights constitutes the basis and foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Thank you.
On behalf of the General Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the Republic of Haiti for his statement just made. I request representatives to remain seated while we greet the President.